There's a new book out called Grand Central Terminal, 100 Years of a New York Landmark. The book is full of amazing pictures and information.
The terminal's been here for 100 years and it has a life. So what is that life? What else has happened? So we touch on the Grand Central Depot and Station that were here before Grand Central Terminal. We talk about the construction of Grand Central Terminal. We talk about the architects, where they got their education, how that affects the design of the building. But then we went into behind the scenes. How are the trains directed? Things that have been here besides trains.
This informative 224-page book blends nostalgia and quotations that bring life to the terminal.
Whether they're in the press or people who work at the terminal, we brought those voices out, and they bring the story alive, and that's what makes this book, the combination of those things makes this book different from all the others, and I think definitely worth having a look at.
Many of the pictures depict the changes Grand Central has had throughout the years.
An art gallery, CBS's first TV studios, which was as long ago as 1937. Alfred Hitchcock shooting movies, events, memorials, the whole life of the terminal.
There was a lot of thought that went behind the mixture of black and white and color photographs. Many of those photographs were taken by a retired and a current MTA photographer.
When I come in here, that's the first thing I do, is to look at the light, because the light reflects everything else, the people, the stone, the ceiling. And in order to take some of these shots, I see something and I grab it.
You try to make it look as good as possible. So that it's either by angle, by lenses, where you position yourself high or low. And you try to give the editor a variety.
And for the reader, the book has lots of terminal trivia.
One of the surprises, I think, for most New Yorkers is this is not the original Grand Central. It's the third Grand Central on this site, and our first chapter goes into that whole history. Less well known, perhaps, is that for a while there were also green caps. They didn't take your luggage to the trains, they took your messages.
And Grand Central is still a work in progress. In 2018, the East Side Access Project will bring a new terminal for the Long Island Railroad.
It's going to create access for people coming from Long Island. Instead of going to Pennsylvania Station, they can come here. And apparently this is going to save a lot of hours for a lot of people.
The book also illustrates the day-to-day life of this thriving terminal as not just a building, but as a living structure.
This is in a sense, the superorganism that reflects our entire culture. There's more lines of communication coming in and out of here than any place else in the world.
Don't miss out on a great read that shows the history and glamour that truly makes Grand Central Terminal 100 Years of a New York Landmark. I'm Rhea Titus, reporting for Transit News.